Happy Sunday, everyone. This is Dr. Kim Redman, and I want to start today by just saying thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had no idea the flood of shares, DMs, emails that we were going to get as a result of these just giving out and sharing. So we're just going to keep doing them. I've also been asked to create an index, which we did, of the ones that we've done so far, including today with the date, so you can go back and find them. We're going to leave them up on our site for a while. So today it was interesting that on 3 different posts prior to this, people were actually speaking about words, and you know, we've all heard words have power. And I wanted to put on a hat I don't often put on, which is the master trainer of neuro-linguistic programming. And one of the cool things I wanted to speak to you about just briefly is lineage. Because when it comes to energetics and when it comes to anything of frequency, everyone knows lineage counts. Because the closer you are to the source, the higher the frequency is. And we in our community have just been so blessed, because obviously it went from Richard Bandler and John Grinder into one of the industry leaders who had a Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. Tad James, and Doctors Tad and Adriana James, through into me as one of the ABNLP Master Trainers. So what that means is, in a very alive field where frequencies are always being added in, it gives us just a little bit more oomph. What NLP is, or neuro-linguistic programming, is quite simply, it's an ability to define, like the apps that are on our phones, what programs we're running, because we can hear the programs in what's said and what's not said, and also using language shift those programs for us, most of which are totally out of awareness. And we have a guest. We have the puppy Merlin has just come in to join us. Baby Merlin, you have to lie down. We're going live, baby. So you chew your antler. If anyone saw previous post, yes, this is Merlin. Everyone wave. This is 7.5 months. So when we get to speaking about NLP, one of the cool things of lineage is I've had the opportunity to directly train or assess or evaluate almost 100% of the trainers in the country of Canada. And I would say about 20% of the ones in the United States. And therefore, we're really passionate about this. What is quantum NLP, I've been asked? Well, quantum NLP is where I took the 33 years of mystery school initiation, and we just created some templates for consciousness that are very unique in the blend of the two on top of. And all of this has to do with words to a certain extent. So I figured I wanted to let you know where in this spellcasting and all of the choices that could be in the universe, how does this really plug into us, and how can we use this? So let's go on a little journey, if we could. And the journey starts like this. Of all of the options, of all of the possibilities in all of the universes, down to all of the options that are actually open for each individual, there's a difference there between all of the possibilities that are possible and all the ones that are possible for each of us. And the thing that makes it possible for us is what is in our RAS, or Reticular Activation System, which is another way of saying it's our consciousness sentinel. It also holds all our rules, It holds all of our programming, and it's meant to be programmable. That's the whole point of it. Now, we didn't know that for years with traditional allopathic types of information, and now we have all of this great psychoneurobiology work. I'm not going to go into any of that today. Just know it's super cool. So here's the story for spellcasting. And then I want to give you some words that change spells. And hello to the slew of people that have joined us. Love you, love you, love you. Okay, it goes like this. All of the possibilities. And then once it gets to you, now it's about perception. And once it gets to perception, it's got to go through the rules that are already in the RAS. And this is such an interesting place to really think about. Because although the conscious mind might set your goal, your conscious mind is only about 10% of your mind. And the other 90% of this is going on outside your awareness. So it goes like this. The possibilities that are very, very specific. And then it gets into your rules. And from your rules, we're going to generalize it and spread it out everywhere. And then we have this rules container. So it goes from a specific thought to a general thought. And from the general thought, then what we do is we distort the rest of the information that's coming in to see if it can meet our rules. And anything that's left over, we delete. And it's actually not gone. It's not actually deleted. It's just in this inaccessible, we don't care about place. So we have all the options, your rules. And then after it goes through that, we get an internal representation or an internal movie about what's going on. And from that movie, we speak a word. And as soon as you speak the word, you lock down the spell. So I'm going to say that again. The words in your head are telling you what spells you are about to cast out into the universe. And as soon as you speak that word, you just locked in the spell. So in essence, for those of you who know the law of attraction works. What is outside of us and what is in the consciousness of our bodies is telling us what we've attracted. So without any judgment, we just want to send love, love, love out there in the universe. The question is, how do you change it? That's the biggie. So I want to give you some words that when you hear in your head, you can replace with this other set of words that literally run different pathways in the body, actually open up choice. They raise frequency in the body and the cells. And because of that, it actually shifts how the RNA DNA conversation is going and allows our DNA expression to shift into a higher frequency too. So it's not just a word. I think this concept that we have our life in boxes is one of the things that is limiting us, as opposed to just this wonderful pool of waves and opportunities. So here goes our list. And I'll absolutely take some questions too. Anytime that we hear ourselves say the word have to, I have to. If you just take a breath in and out quietly and just say, I have to, not even attaching it to anything else, you're going to find your energy contracts and constricts. And one of the great things to pay attention to, especially in today's world, is for ourselves, are we feeling less energized or more energized? So The response to I have to is to close your eyes and breathe and say, I choose to. I choose to stay in my home with my mate. I choose to take time to create. I am choosing to celebrate. And when I learned this, we played with this. I'm choosing to put oregano in the stew. I'm choosing to paint the walls this color. I am choosing every silly thing that you can, I choose. And if you breathe and simply say, I choose, you're going to notice that your energy opens up, your heart expands, and your cells start to upload a higher frequency. The next thing I want to give you, so right there, that's have to I choose. The second I'm going to do, and I'm going to give you 3 major word sets and two other little gifts that you can do at the end. The second word set has to do with the word hope so or try. And when we get to hope so or try, that means fail in our language. Are you going to come to the party? I hope so. They're not coming. Are you going to come to the barbecue? I'll try. Don't buy steak for them or any other great vegetarian dish because they're not going to be there. You want to replace the word try with do your best, because your best in the moment without judgment is perfect. So we're going to go from do your best as a focus. We're going to replace try or hope so. And again, if you just breathe in hope so or try, you'll notice there's this depressive wave that happens in the cells, as opposed to I am doing my best. And you can even combine them, which I like a lot. I'm choosing to do my best in this moment and be really present with that. Oh, look, we've put Merlin to sleep. It's nap time. The third one that is all about incredible possibility, especially in your own head, is anytime that you feel trapped or you hear I can't or I want to but, and the word but just negates everything you said before it. Anytime you're trapped, I can't, I want to, but, there's a magical choice producer. And it's so simple because it's 2 words. What if? I'd like you to play with those words. It makes a great journal exercise for those of you who do journal. What if I could? What might happen? What if? Just what if? What if the trapped situation is a gift? What if? Because in reality, it doesn't matter. What matters is the perception game you're playing about the situation inside of you. You cannot change others. You can shift your own response. And in leadership and in quantum leadership and in NLP, we call this behavioral flexibility. It means we're able to weave because we can play with what's around us for options and resources and choices. And one of the things that Tony Robbins likes to say is a happy life is based on a well-resourced life. Can we source and resource? Can we find choice where others don't? So what if is, I could do a whole class, like a day-long class, just on what if. The other thing that happens with what if is it gets us underneath our blockage to our unconscious. It gets us through and under our critical faculty. And that's our unconscious mind is the part of our mind that's connecting to our higher selves. So the what if game also allows us to download easier and to connect to choices that are coming from our higher self or our best self. So magical, magical, magical. The other thing I'm going to give you today, I know I said I'd give you 2 other things. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live on gratitude. And everyone rolls their eyes and says, I know gratitude. Yeah, I keep a gratitude journal. Yeah, but how do you use gratitude to connect, to do intimacy, to receive money, to be able to serve others? How is it attached to the ray of receiving? I want to speak a little about that. So continue to play with gratitude or gratituding, as we've spoken about earlier. And I'm going to give you a little mission. Let's say we're looking back, we're later in our lives, and we're looking back on now. And you found yourself just like all of the heroes of old. You found yourself on a journey that you didn't want to be on initially, that you certainly didn't feel in control of at all. And yet at the end, you found that it allowed you to find yourself, strengths, that you could become your own hero. We would call that the hero's journey. I'd love for you to play with journaling right now. I know it's trippy about how your future self is going to look back on this time and see it as part of your hero's journey. What gifts came out of it? What gifts came out of it that are going into your service package so that you can assist other humans for that? The hero's journey. And if you would like to know just a little bit more about the hero's journey, please feel free. There's nothing, no cost to you, there's nothing. Just go to our website, CreatrixGoQuantum, Creatrix, GoQuantum.com, and CreatrixGoQuantum.com. There's an ebook there called The Mission Manifesto, and it talks about how we can combine our passion, our purpose, sustainable profits so we can do mission, and it speaks to all of this from the hero's journey point of view. Let's see, Carl Jung always can speak about the hero's journey, as well as so many, many other people that are iconic for this. So for today, your head, the words in your head tell you what spells you're about to cast. When you hear the trapped words, flip them. I wrote them on my mirror. I choose, I do my best, what if? Write them on your mirror, your bathroom mirror, so that you see you with them all the time. Please continue to gratitude and breathe and think about life from this perspective as a hero's journey. And I promise more classes coming at noon Eastern Time so that we can spellcast love as our new quantum reality. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I'm Dr. Kim Redman, and go spread love and enjoy your time. And for those of you who want more information, just DM me and leave me your email and your phone number. We'll happily reach out to you. Love, love, love. Have a fabulous, fabulous Sunday. Bye for now.